next comedian is very funny. Everyone, please welcome to the stage Jasmine Parniani.
What's up, guys? Thank you for coming out. Amazing. I have alarming news, though. I do have alarming news. I'm so single right now, I do not even have a crush on anybody, and I do not know what to do with myself. And that's alarming to me. This is uncharted territory. Okay? Like, what am I supposed to think about? My career? Like, do you know what it's like to take thirst traps with zero target audience? Like, at this point, I'm just posting ass for the love of the game. Like, I'm doing a quick 1, 2, and post, and I'm going about my day. I'm not even checking to see who saw it. And honestly, it's admirable that I'm even willing to put myself back out there. I've had nothing but horrifying and horrific experiences when it comes to romance. But I think of myself as like an athlete when it comes to dating, you know? But like an athlete with like CTE. Because like every year I'm just like, coach me back in for one more game, please. This is the season, we'll go to the championships, I will get a ring, it'll happen. And all that ends up happening is I get irreparably injured and I refuse to play for a year. So. But I think I'm pretty chill. Overall, I think I'm a chill girl. When I have feelings for somebody, all I ask is, I want one of those like brain chips implanted that lets me know anytime they remotely think about me. So I can be trusted to have feelings, you know? Very chill. One place I'm not chill is when I smoke weed. Does anyone like to smoke weed in here?
Yeah!
Oh my God, so many of you, the bravest soldiers are in this room right now. Like, I had to cut back on smoking weed, not because I care about my health, but I just get too scared. Like, I've always wanted to be like a tee-hee-ha-ha kind of stoner, and I'm more about let's ponder our imminent demise kind of stoner. Like, as soon as I get high, I'm like, oh, well, everything I know and love around me will one day cease to exist, including me. And that's not very fun now, is it? Right? Absolutely fucking horrifying. I feel like that's the way people really want to connect with you these days, though, is by smoking. Like, everyone's like, we should smoke sometime. We should chill, we should smoke. It's like, you think it's going to be a sexy time. I'm going to panic about the fact that I'm a skeleton in a meat suit. And the only way I can be soothed is with a How It's Made marathon. If you want to hit it from the back, not until I find out how this mailbox is made. I only smoke in terms of emergencies, and that's when I have bad insomnia. So that's like once a week, which is pretty good. I used to smoke every night, okay? So once a week's pretty good. I feel judgment in this room. Thank you so much for acknowledging. And last week it was one of those weeks. I had to pull out the big guns, or I wasn't gonna sleep. And so I'm in bed, I'm all toasty. I'm like, I think I'm gonna die alone. I'm in this queen-size bed, I got all this space, and I love every inch of it. But also, I can't picture someone sleeping next to me for the rest of my life. And in LA, that's called visualization and manifestation. And if you're not manifesting, it's not gonna happen, babe. I don't know, I don't think I'm like a bad partner, it's kind of like a nightmare to sleep next to. Like, I roll around aggressively in my sleep. Like, I've woken up mid-roll airborne. I'm like, I gotta reel this in, we gotta change this, no one is gonna like this. Like, I'm all night, just like I'm rotating like a 7-Eleven hot dog. Just constantly rolling around. Like, I roll around so much that my hairline started to recede, you know? So now I gotta wear a bonnet to bed. I go to bed looking like a little chef, so that's good. My hairline was receding pretty aggressively. I'm not trying to make eye contact with you, but who's trying to get a body? Yeah. You know? I was about to be a man in LA. I was about to book a flight to Turkey and get that hairline right back on top, because that shit was going quick. I know a lot of you are wondering, yes, I am 34. I do think statistically, I probably have already met the love of my life. And that's why I frequently check the #1 website to find out what people from my past are up to. And that's Venmo. I didn't know if Braden from college is still splitting rent with his girlfriend of 5 years. Because he offered back then to let me peg him, and I didn't take him up on that offer. Let me tell you, I'm not going to fumble that opportunity twice. I don't know if anyone else's parents were like really hell-bent on letting them know that they were not considered conventionally attractive growing up. But mine were. Mine were very committed. And like, they weren't monsters, you know, they didn't explicitly tell me that I was ugly. It was just heavily implied by everyone's general demeanor, vibe, and overall actions. And there's no better litmus test than having a sister and seeing the differences in how we were treated. So for example, my mom would spend hours photographing my little sister and submitting her to modeling agencies hoping she'd get signed. And I, on the other hand, I got sent to an academic summer camp called Super Camp. And it was like Lord of the Flies, but for virgins who were very competitive about math. Family parties was another big indicator for me. Like, my relatives would always come to my sister and they'd go, "Oh my God, you are so pretty. You are so gorgeous." And then they would see me and they'd go, "Oh God. Jasmine, you are so tall. You are so tall. I really hope you're putting that to good use by doing basketball or something." And I did, and I was a choir girl. I don't think there's anything scarier than a 5'9" choir girl. But I would like cry to my mom. I'm like, "Oh, I hate that I'm ugly." And her response every time was, "Oh my God, you are not ugly. You are just not cookie cutter pretty. You're more of like a unique beauty. And in my opinion, I actually think that's better." And what I need you guys to understand about my mom is that she's a salesperson by trade, and that was her best pitch. So I've been trying to do my own field research as an adult, you know. I've been trying to be out in these streets a little bit, and I've been finding I do tend to attract attractive people, okay? Recently, I went to a bar. I walk in. It's a beautiful man standing at the bar. We lock eyes. We come to each other like magnets. Now, like I said, this man, absolute dime. Excellent, great, love that. He was also, unfortunately, a comedian. Boo, hate that. Might as well go after a male podcaster. But he was from New York. Never gonna see him again. Great, excellent, love that. We spend the night chit-chatting, looking deeply into each other's eyes. And as the night winds down, he walks me to my car. I don't want to make anyone jealous, but he did press me up against my paid-off 2014 Honda Accord. But what was weird is when his lips touched my lips, like the moment they touched, he put one hand around my throat and one hand on a titty. Like immediately, which is like shocking, you know? And it's like, I know you're from New York. Don't have to give me the NYPD special. He's like, stop resisting, stop resisting! And that was it. That's all that ended up happening. And that's like my general experience is like I'll attract a good looking person, nothing ends up happening, not even like a casual hookup. And much to my relief, I think I can say maybe I'm not ugly, it's my personality that's the problem. And I can live with that. I think that's true feminism. Like, oh, God forbid a woman isn't pleasant to be around. You guys have been absolutely wonderful. My name is Jasmine Parniani.